my prayers stopped being answered. And the reason why I had to stay in a relationship with God is because I needed it, not because He's good to me. I remember always thinking, you know what, if I'm gonna go to hell, I might as well go with the right reasons. I might as well go after experiencing because okay, I grew up in a family where my mom taught us all Christian values. She did a great job raising us as Christians. And so I knew all the theory that there was, that if I don't give my life to Christ, I'm not going to heaven. If I'm not going to go through Jesus, then I cannot be saved. So then I'm like, oh, okay, fine. Seeing as I'm not ready to be saved, and I don't think that's my portion because I think it's boring, then I might as well experience a lot in the world so that when I'm going to hell, at least I am going after having fun on earth, right? So yeah, that had been my mentality for 18 years. Yeah. And in those 18 years, I was like, I would have days where I'm like lukewarm, hot. There was not really hot at the end of the day. But yeah, cold, lukewarm. I remember I'd go to church services in high school and sing and, play the part. And then I'd go home and I'd be like, Christ, it's just about God, seeing as it was a conducive environment. And then I'd go back to school and then it would slowly fade away. It would slowly just, there's God somewhere, but maybe He's just not for me right now. I'll meet Him when I get back home. I remember the day I gave my life to Christ. It was the holiday between my pre-med and my first year of college. And I remember just kneeling on the ground and saying, God, this is annoying. Who am I really? Am I the good girl at home, or am I the wild girl at school, or am I the quiet girl in class? Which one? Who is me there? It was just very hard, because then, for example, to bring my school friends home, because they would find me at home being me, so then they'd be like, oh wait, who's this? Yeah, kind of thing. Or I couldn't bring for example, my little brother to my school, because then it would be like, oh wait, who are they talking about? Why do your friends sound like this, kind of thing? So I think I was tired of juggling all that around. And at the end of the day, when you've had a lot of sin, it just devalues you in a sense, and it was getting depressing. So I remember kneeling down that day and saying, hey Lord, I just can't do this. I've been born again since then. That was 2014. Yeah, 2014 up to today. And so, beginning my born again journey, I was, oh my God, God is so good. God is so amazing. I pray and He answers me. That's how I was at the beginning. I was very, it was so honeymoony. And then I'd pray and God would answer my everything. And I've always been a very spiritually alert person. I've always been able to sense things that aren't physical. So me, after being born again, it was like I was always on God's laps. Like He'd tell me stuff, I'd do them, they'd come to pass. Came my second year of college, I was supposed to lead the praise team at the church. And so there's something about that time where God was just like, no. Because I remember I went to the mountain there alone to pray. And some man, a random man, came up to me and said, God has heard your cry. And a lot of things are going to happen that will depress you when you get down this mountain, but don't let that happen. Just continue being faithful to God. So then I'm like, okay. Because this was a random man, right? He was passing by. I was praying somewhere, and then he was passing by the little dusty path in the mountain, and he came to my side, and then I'm like, please. Anyways, but yeah, he came to say that, and yeah. So from there, I went back down to the mountain, and when I actually got approached to be the praise team leader, I said no. Yeah, there was a lot of drama there, and from there, that was end of second year. I went to my third year, where we changed districts. From Blantyre we go to Lilongwe, and there is where generally there's not a lot of church activities happening, and it's only third year students that go there, so there's no one watching you from above and there's no one looking up to you from below, so you really just show your true colors, because it's like no one cares, everyone's just minding their own business. And for me, I think it was the time where God was telling me what I need to change, and he was giving me my raw self and telling me who I am and the things that I need to change on, and a lot of things. I was just facing my demons, and it was a crushing time, but it taught me a lot, and I thank God for that time, because it was really refining fire. It burnt, but I came out of there so much stronger than I went in. So that's the time where I had a lot of time to reflect on what the things that I believe about God that aren't true. So that's the time where my prayers stopped being answered, and the reason why I had to stay in a relationship with God is because I needed it, not because he's good to me. Yeah, it was such a down time where I'm like, there was so much sickness. That's when my face started to break out. That's when I started, did I lose a lot of weight or gain a lot of weight or just do both? It was just such a confusing time. And that's the time where I realized, oh wait, I don't think initially I thought of God in a way that I should, in the way that he is, in the way that he actually is. So then that's where the misconceptions about being born again came from. And there were 5 of the misconceptions, and those are just the ones I know and I have seen. So when you read the blog, you can add on more, because these are mostly, I'd say I'm 25, so things around my age, things around this part of the world, is Africa. So maybe there are certain things that are more tailor-made for somewhere else or some other age group. So when you get a chance to read the blog, you can add on more, and yeah, just go all out in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment.